As Uganda inches closer to another national vote, a familiar anxiety is back in the air, not about ballot papers or polling stations, but about whether the internet itself will make it to the polling day. For many Ugandans, the idea of an election without an internet shutdown feels almost fictional. It happened in 2016, it happened again in 2021, and now with January 15th just days away, citizens are once more bracing for what has quietly become part of the country's electoral tradition. The tension has been amplified online, where speculation has thrived faster than official reassurance. 2 days ago, a document circulated widely on social media claiming that internet access, banking systems, and mobile money services would be switched off as early as January 8th. The Uganda Communications Commission swiftly branded the document as a forgery, dismissing it as deliberate disinformation. Government, for its part, has moved to calm nerves. Officials insist there is no directive in place to shut down the internet during the forthcoming elections.
But let me state this clearly and without any ambiguity. The government has not announced or has not directed or implemented any decision to shut down the internet during the election period. Claims suggesting otherwise are false claims and are therefore misleading.
Consumers haven't indicated to me that they want the internet switched off, unless if the media tell me so, that the people out there are yearning for the closure of the internet. The regulator will definitely listen to the consumers. If consumers tell us and say the internet is causing us problems, we'll evaluate that and see whether it is proper to do that. But the consumers haven't told us that. Two, the operators. The operators can also tell us that maybe they have problems, so they are going to maybe, they have to notify us. The operators haven't done that. And they wouldn't do that because data, internet, is their cash cow. That's how they make money. And that's the public service which they give to our people. Another stakeholder is government. Nobody in government has told me anything, even related to closure or switching off of the internet.
Yet when pressed on what exactly informs internet shutdown during elections, clarity remained elusive. Direct answers were scarce. What authorities could confidently say was that for now, there are no signs of an impending blackout.
The previous shutdown that we saw was informed by the circumstances that prevailed then. We are trying to ensure that we educate users of the internet on how to use it effectively and guard against what would cause what we are all anxious about.
So far, there is no indication that the internet will be switched off.
Even as it denied plans for a shutdown, the regulator turned its attention to the media, issuing stern reminders that responsible coverage is not optional. Media houses were warned against content that could inflame tension, with live broadcasts of riots, unlawful processions, or any event deemed capable of inciting violence explicitly discouraged.
Live broadcasting or live streaming of riots, unlawful processions, or violent incidents, as you know, is prohibited. You know that.
What followed, however, struck many journalists as less guidance and more veiled warning. The Uganda Communications Commission cautioned reporters against publishing polling figures unless they originated from the Electoral Commission and outlined a growing list of editorial red lines during the polling period.
And we have directed that every piece of result you announce on your radios, on your TV, online, must be from the Electoral Commission. In my directive, which I'm issuing next week, I'm going to ask you that every announcement of electoral results should be followed by a statement that these results have been verified by the Electoral Commission.
In the press briefing, journalists pushed back, openly challenging UCC Executive Director Nyombi Thembo on what they perceived as creeping censorship disguised as regulation.